Hi, 8th grade. We're in lesson 8.2. We're taking notes on the volume of cones. So our key idea tells us that the volume of a cone is 1/3 the product of the area of the base and the height of a cone. So as always, we need to use a formula. And our base, the shape of our base is a circle, so I'm going to have to include that when I write the formula. So I want you to write V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Because our base is a circle, we have to use the area of the circle. So take a look at our first problem. It says find the volume of a cone. Find the volume of the cone and round your answer to the nearest tenth. So we are given the height and a diameter. I'm going to remind myself if the diameter is 4, that means the radius is 2. So I'm going to start by writing the formula. 1/3 pi r squared h, and then I'm going to fill in the appropriate values. We're going to use 3.14 for pi. Our radius is 2. We're going to square that. And our height is 6. Now, you'll plug that in on your calculator, and you should come up with 25.12, and it tells us to round to the nearest tenth. So we'll say that's 25.1, and our units are meters cubed, and it's really important to get your meters right when you're talking about volume or area. So make sure you get meters cubed. Let's move down to example 2. Find the height of a cone. So now we're going to use our formula again. The volume is 1/3 pi r squared h, and we're given the volume this time. So we're going to plug that in for V, 3.14 for pi. Our radius is 9, so I'm going to put 9 squared in parentheses, and the height is my unknown value. Now, I'm going to multiply everything I have on the right side together, and the left side, this 956, will stay the same. So when you plug that into your calculator, you end up with 84.78 times the height. And you should remember from solving equations that if you're multiplying your unknown value, to solve for it, you have to divide. Once you divide through that, you get that your height is about 11.3 feet. Now, you don't need to cube that because that's a single unit of measure, so it's just feet. Okay, you are going to pause the video and try the next two on your own. Be careful how you write your units. All right, our last example is our real life application. You must answer a trivia question before the sand in the timer falls to the bottom. The sand falls at a rate of 50 cubic millimeters per second. How much time do you have to answer the question? So we're going to have to start by figuring out how much sand is in the container. So I'm going to start with my formula. 1/3 pi r squared h. So we're looking at the shaded part. That's our sand. And its radius is 10. and its height is 24. So you'll need to plug all of that into your calculator. And once you calculate it, you should end up with 2,513, and we're working with millimeters cubed. Now, that doesn't answer the question because it's asking how much time do you have. So we need to take this unit rate from the problem. 50 millimeters in 1 second. So we're going to take what we're given, what we find in our answer, I should say, and put that over 1. And now we're going to multiply by this unit rate. Now, when you multiply with unit rates, you want to get rid of the unit you don't want in your answer. So we want seconds in our answer. So we need to put the 50 cubic millimeters on the bottom, and we want 1 second on the top. So when you multiply through, your units will cancel, and you're left with 2513 divided by 50. And it tells us it asks us how much time do you have to answer each question. And we end up with 50.26, which we'll say is about 50 seconds to answer.